monster, so I need to just, like, whenever I see Chicken Man close, I'm just running away. No questions asked. I am running away. No more. I will no longer be within 10 feet of Chicken Man.
You've landed at the source of the complex's arc supply. Centuries in Martian
I'm just glad I didn't die to a supplicant. That's all that matters.
Our window of opportunity is short. Arc surges.
It's so crazy how much damage that the Harpy Lance does. One void burst of that lance killed me through an entire healing grenade restoration and probably roughly half of my health. Because it didn't pop my barricade with Lorley's on. So it took me from about half health to 0 without popping my Lorley's barricade. That's how much damage that thing does, and I'm over leveled. That last encounter should be 1590, and I'm over 1600. So I'm 10 levels above the recommended power, and one Harpy Lance, or one Chicken Lance, or whatever, just basically, well, two-shotted me, because it did 50%, which is very crazy. And very annoying. Cowboys ain't scared of no chicken. No, but that's a big-ass chicken, and he does 50% of your health in one shot, and he likes to just, follow you through walls and stuff, and completely be on the wrong side of where he should be. He's not scary, he's very rude. And apparently very fast. Imagine if every boss in this game was like an Elden Ring bosses. Oh, dude. There's no shot. The Harpy, if the Harpy, I keep saying Harpy, it's a big-legged Harpy. It's a Larpy. The chicken. If the chicken was like an Elden Ring boss, the chicken would find some way, somehow, to slam through the glass door in the middle and boop you off the map without you even having, like, without having all the fucking circuits done to open the door. He would find a way to completely phase through the door. He would do his melee attack as soon as damage phase starts, and it would push you off. It would push you off the path, and you'd miss your shots, and then, yeah. Do the encounters cap you under the level recommendation? No, not for dungeons. That's only they only have that on the seasonal activity. Yeah, there's no active modifiers here. That's only on the seasonal activity and anything that has like a contest mode on or something like that. But no, not the dungeon. And not for hard mode, not for Master either. Master does not do that. They haven't done that for dungeons yet, although I'm wondering if they'll probably... They've definitely been experimenting more with the whole, like, contest mode thing, with, like, lower levels, like, with the seasonal activity, like, you're -5 under each, no matter what. And then for, like, the Master Legend difficulty, you're -10 under no matter what. Which is, like, okay, that's pretty cool. Like, you can't just sit on the moon all day, or sit on the Dreadnought, rather, all day and farm and be 20 over. So I feel like they're toying with the idea now of getting their contest mode modifiers on, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some, like, Master Dungeon has contest modes now in the future, something like that. I don't think they'll do raids, because they're gonna keep that to day one raids, I'm sure. I don't see them doing that for Master Raids. At least not the harshness that the day one is, not 20 under. Or 25, whatever it is. 20 or 25. Hopefully it leads to them removing the power level grind. I don't want to get my hopes up and say that's what they're leaning. That's what I feel like they're leaning towards. But if this is the start of them leaning to somehow reworking the power level grind to that, then that's very exciting to hear and to see, and I hope that all of their tests and feedback of this stuff gets, you know, relayed properly. And because I haven't seen one person complain about that. I haven't seen one person complain about the fact that it puts you under, which is fine. Everybody's pretty happy with it. Oh, did I miss one? I missed one. Did I miss this one? Oh, I missed this one. Everyone loved how they did the Witch Queen campaign. Oh, absolutely. I mean, obviously I don't look at like numbers or something, but I wouldn't be surprised if if the campaign got like 100% satisfaction rate. Like, I can't imagine one person who played that was like, oh, I don't like the legendary version. It's too difficult. Well, I mean, yeah, that's literally the point of it. You don't have to do it on Legend. Like, you can do it on regular. That's fine. But you get better rewards when you do it on Legend. And it's capping, you know, it's like actually difficult, you know, you don't just speed through it in 10 minutes and then complain that there's nothing to do in the game. I think literally the entire community loved the Witch Queen campaign and would take it again in a heartbeat. Like, if the Lightfall campaign does not have the Legend option, then people are going to be upset. Because it's going to be like, dude, what the fuck? Everybody loved that. Literally. Everybody was overjoyed at the legendary version. So the Lightfall, I can't possibly fathom the Lightfall campaign not having a legend option like that. Too difficult, dude. I guarantee you there were people that said that. Guarantee that there were some people who were like, I didn't like the legend move because it was too hard for me. Probably because, one, no offense to them, they may not be the greatest people at the game, which is fine. You don't have to be esoteric. But, you know, if you did play in a fire team of 3, the enemies were very, very beefy and bosses had a lot of health. So maybe if they were playing like with their friends and they weren't the best people, and maybe their friends weren't the best people either, then, you know, a 3-person activity would be very hard for them with the contest modifier. You know, so it's just fine. It's not for everybody. Then we need to add something to keep player. Oh, my hammer. Keep player playing the game, like making the game better. Yeah. All they need to do to keep players playing the game is make the game better. It's simple, Bungie. Please, dude, honestly, hire me for your marketing department. I got you. All right, next season, next TWAB. Next season, we're gonna make the game better. End of TWAB. All right, have fun, devs. Do your part. I did mine. You want to say they confirmed it in the recent showcase, like, well, 11 option? That's good. That is good. That is good. I thought I did remember hearing something like that, but I didn't want to assume, because you can't assume shit with Bungie anymore. Oh my god. Dude, that Minotaur melee just almost killed me. While I had, like, restoration going on. What the fuck? Pretty sure they confirmed it. Okay, yeah. That's good, that's good. I thought they had, I couldn't remember 100%. But that's good. I hopefully... what I would really love is just for them to continue that into the Master modifier. Because right now, like... Right now, especially with the whole, literally everybody just finding an AFK XP farm because of the artifact level, it's like it's given people a reason to not play the game while playing the game. You know, like why would I spend all of my hard-earned time, like free time, grinding like bounties, like completely mundane, unfun thing like grinding bounties. Why would I spend 4 hours grinding bounties to turn them in for XP when I can play for like 2 hours when I come home, do some weekly challenges that give really good XP, and then just AFK macro for 10 hours, 15 hours when I'm asleep and then at work the next day and get more XP or the same XP as if I, played 5 hours and did bounties all the time. It's just not the way to do it anymore. It was a very interesting piece of like technology they brought into the game with the whole artifact and artifact levels to change up the power leveling system. And when it was first introduced, people were like, "Oh, dude, this is super cool! Like you can just like, you get levels for playing the game. Like that's cool." At first, and then everyone was like, "Oh." Meaningless power grind again, because now you just, increase power level, go grind your pinnacles. Yeah, why bounty when you can defend the Dreadnought? Why bounty when you can defend the moon? And it's just like, it's at a point now where they try to take, like, they acknowledge that it's not, like, that's not how they want their game to be played because they're actively patching those AFK farms. Like the one on the moon, they literally just took away the enemy spawn. Like, there's no more enemies that spawn in that area now because people were AFKing in patrol. So it's like they've acknowledged by them doing that, they acknowledge that that's not how they want people to level. They want people to actually play the game, which is fine. Like, why wouldn't you want somebody to play the game you spent hard-earned hours on? But also, we're just going to keep finding new ones. Like, people aren't going to give up until they have a new one every time. So it's inevitable at this point that you need to do something about the leveling system, because at this point with the artifact, people are going to find a way to cheese it, dude. That's just how this community is. We always find loopholes to shit. It's inevitable. So I do think that, I mean, put it this way. I don't want to sound cliche because this is more just me, but if they don't change it up in Lightfall, like you're gonna see a very, very big player base drop off, like very big player base drop off. They underestimate what people go through. Oh, dude, absolutely. They really do. They really do. And I hope they start. I really hope they're realizing soon that just like that's just how the community is, and it's never gonna not be like that. So hopefully they get their head out of their ass, kind of thing, and just realize, hey, we need to change how this whole. We need a system revamp because it's very, very boring and mundane right now. We're gonna cheese it until they take away all the enemies in patrol. Dude, I mean, honestly, at this point, because have you seen, like, think about the macros that people have made to do stuff in this game. Like, people have made bot accounts to hold checkpoints for people that, you know, like some guy made a whole Discord of bot accounts to hold checkpoints for people, and the bots have macros set up that literally automatically check for people in the fire team, launch the activity, all through like an auto hotkey script. And it's like, dude, if you don't think that people will find a way to macro the shit out of this entire game, if you don't just acknowledge it and change something, then you are just very naive. Like, I do not doubt if somebody, like, if given enough time, I do not doubt that somebody could write a macro for literally killing all of the enemies in a patrol zone on a planet. I do not doubt that. Now, there's obviously a lot of variants or variables in that script, like, as you know, other players killing things to not spawn, enemies just not spawning, public events, and all this kind of like stuff. I'm too dumb to figure that out. Obviously, I don't code things. I don't know how to code shit like that. But somebody is. Somebody can figure it out. Somebody who did dev work, they know what the fuck's going on. They could do it. I don't doubt it. It would be so weird to remove the light level artifact and keep the season pass stuff. Yeah, but I think the seasonal artifact is cool in a way. Like, I think it has value, but the power level does not anymore. It did at one point. It was a novelty. It was fun. You know, people like to see, you know, people see, me, number go up, make me happy. You know, I like seeing numbers going up. So does everybody else, you know. Oh, that's the last one. Fuck. But it got to a point where it was just like, okay, now Bungie is completely relying on the seasonal artifact power level to guide their other things, you know. Fuck. And also, one thing about the seasonal artifact is I've seen, not that I've seen a lot of people complaining about it, but it's also been a pretty big topic, is the seasonal champ mods. Like, people are kind of, it was, once again, it was a cool idea at first. It worked out when there weren't a whole lot of, like, weapons in the game, or weren't that many weapons in the game. And you gave them a bunch of cool mods and, like, everything like that, like anti-barrier sniper, and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, some of that's super cool. Overload SMG. Some of them are really good. But also, it's at the point now where you're forcing people to use a certain loadout during every season for the entirety of a season. And it's like, you know, it's kind of getting old a little bit, especially when you go and do something like you mess up Unstoppable Hand Cannon to not work like it used to, and to take twice as long, if not triple as long, to proc now, to where it's basically useless to a lot of people because of how fast-paced the game is. So you force people to use Unstoppable Hand Cannon for an entire season, and then you go ahead and bug, and either whether or not it was intentional, it's busted, it's broken, it did not work like it did before. So that already, like, from literally off the rip of the season, from the very beginning, people are upset. Because their favorite thing that they like to use, Unstoppable Hand Cannon, which was a pretty good mod, it does no longer work, or it does not work as intended, as it used to. And then when you introduce something like anti-barrier sniper, it's like, oh dude, that mod is awesome. I can use, like, my favorite, oh my god dude, I almost did it again. Whoa. It's like, I can use my favorite snipers, like I can use Izanagi's Burden, I can use Whisper of the Worm, Borealis, all these cool things to use, like, anti-barrier stuff. A good roll succession that you just crafted. Like, alright, that's cool. Okay, well then you take it away, and it's like, oh, okay, well, now my only option is Arbalest for anti-barrier long range, so I'm gonna just use that. And then people find out, well, anti-barrier Arbalest is literally the best thing in the game because it reloads ammo on shield break, it buffs itself, and when you introduce mods like linear fusion, whatever the like buff to linear fusion damage when you whatever it was, like when you introduce mods like that, it's like holy shit, Arbalest is the best thing in the game right now, PvE, and there's literally no point to use anything else. And then when they bring other anti-barrier mods like anti-barrier bow and anti-barrier auto rifle for like seasonal stuff, when they introduce a cool seasonal weapon like a seasonal auto rifle with anti-barrier auto rifle, nobody's using that shit. Why would anybody use anti-barrier auto rifle over Arbalest? There is a literally zero reason to do so. He just died without me using my hammer. That still hit me even though I was down here. Darcy should be able to load NI anti-champ slot. That is a thing I've heard people say that. That's a pretty cool idea. I've heard people say like Darcy or Borealis, like I think somebody said Borealis should be able to swap between all the champ mods, like you just pick one. Like Solar is anti-barrier, Arc is overload, and Void is unstoppable. And like that's its 3 modes, and it has all 3 champ mods loaded into it. And, you know, Darcy, when you scan a target for long enough, it'll load the champion mod shot, and you shoot it. And, like, that's super cool. Like, give Darcy a reason. Literally nobody would ever use fucking Darcy other than that. You know, make it a longer cooldown, make it, like... So you have a little tougher time build crafting with the mods, because they're not going to be always cheap. Kind of like they do with, like, reloaders and stuff. Like the season, like we have all of the like we always have rocket reloader, but sometimes it's 1 energy during seasons. So during that season, people are like, oh shit, dude, rockets might be the move because we have these cool mods that cost a lot, cost very little, and we could. Oh, that was the last one. I don't know. There's a lot of things they could do. There's a lot of things they should do that they don't do. I don't know. It's very hard in this game to not be an armchair dev. You know, it's very easy to look back at something that you enjoyed and like, oh, dude, yeah, to make it like that again, and just do this and that, and do this and that, and your whole game is fixed. It's very easy to sit back and do that when obviously it's not always as easy as that. I don't know. It pains me sometimes to like look at this game, and I mean, this game is 9 years old, and people still play it. Like, the franchise is 9 years old. That's crazy. And people still play the shit out of this game. So you obviously can't please everybody, which is a given. But it's very disheartening sometimes to see certain choices be made with certain things, as to, like, that's kind of a no-brainer. Like, why did you take that away? Everybody enjoyed that kind of thing. Kind of like with the Unstoppable Hand Cannon. Like, you brought it out. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with Unstoppable Hand Cannon. And then you extended the timer for it to proc by, like, 2 seconds. So now it's, like, unbearable to use. Like, it feels so bad, so clunky, and there's no point using it when it takes, you know, 5 seconds to stun an unstoppable champ. I don't know. When they do stuff like that, it's just like, it's kind of hard to agree with that decision making. I don't know. But I think people complain a lot about this game just because they care, just because they've. You have to kill. Oh no, you don't. I'm like, do you have to kill enemies? People obviously get frustrated and care about the game a lot. Just, you know, they express their frustrations because they care, which is fine. And you obviously can't be a dick to the devs or anything like that just because you don't like a certain aspect of the game or whatever. I know PvP is not in the best state it's been really ever, and people are upset about that, myself included. So I mean, you know, it's fine to be upset and not want to play something, but obviously you can't be a dick to normal people who are humans behind a screen because they took away your favorite gun in a game. Like, come on, dude. Some people got to grow up for sure, but there's definitely a lot of frustrations to express with the way the game has been going. Mainly just the staleness of it, like how the seasonal model is just the whole like 3x11 grid of unlocking things. Like, that's fine, but it's been that way for the past 2 years, so people are really, really burnt out on that. Obviously, I mean, hopefully, I say obviously, maybe it'll change in Lightfall, who knows. I figure, I'd imagine 2 years is a good enough distance to take a seasonal model like that and run its course, so we'll probably get something new, hopefully. I don't know. Oh, poor Fnatic fell. But Genius starts worrying when people stop complaining. I think so. I think when people complain, that means that they're playing the game still, and Bungie is kind of like, oh well, you're still playing the game. They see the playtime, and they're just like, well, I mean, we don't have to change something so soon because we still have millions upon millions of people playing the game each day. So they may not be, from like a business standpoint, at an extreme urgency to change things. But I do think you're right. I think when people stop complaining, that's because they've moved on to other games. Oh my god, look at my health. And I think we're seeing that, especially within my friend group. I mean, well, I say mine. Within, like, you know, look at all the people in Jess's, you know, Discord. We've basically, for the most part, like, have completely stopped playing Destiny. Like, I know Orca, Pelly, and Chise plays like 1 day a week. Jess obviously doesn't play the game pretty much at all, except for stream and reset stuff. So basically all of us have very, very tuned down. I can't stop playing because I'm hopelessly addicted and nothing gives me meaning in life anymore except for this game. Game-wise, unfortunately. So I'll still play it. And I'm a stupid completionist and have to do everything. But there are a lot of people that have straight up just like have given up on. They're not complaining anymore. They've given up on like trying to give decent feedback. They're ready to just have fun in games now. They're moving on. And so they're speaking with their playtime now, which I think is the best thing. So I do think in the next couple of months you're gonna see like some really harsh numbers come from like Steam playtimes and stuff like that Bungie has to be ready for. And I'd imagine you've been on New World the past few weeks. Yeah, dude, like what's it called? Elden Ring has made a surge again. Apex is really big. I know every now and then like Fortnite comes up, Overwatch, Valorant. There's all these games right now that are like still pretty popular, still like kind of in their really prime growth phase, that are good, and people are gonna play those games because this game just doesn't provide the same amount of entertainment and fun that people are used to anymore, which sucks to like acknowledge and realize, but you know, At some point, it has to be said. Now, I mean, each individual is different. Like, obviously, my experiences with the game are not somebody else's experiences. The way I play the game is not the way somebody else plays the game. I'm sure that there are plenty of people out there who are like who play the game literally every day. They go for little triumphs. They do this and that because they don't do everything super fast and efficient. So they have a lot of stuff to do all the time, and that's great. But the way myself and a lot of other people play the game is like I used to be a super hardcore completionist. I had to get everything done, literally everything. Like every triumph, every challenge, every strike challenge, every raid challenge, anything that was on the triumph list, I did. There was one point when like before they made all the triumph changes where I was like, I may have been like top 50 in the world for triumph score, and I was like a couple points away from max, and like I played the game every day. I loved it. I loved grinding for new stuff and new weapon rolls and all this kind of stuff. And like now, when I think about doing that, dude, I cannot be bothered to. You know what really killed it for me? Like I was decently enjoying the game, but Season of Plunder came out, and they had that triumph for the title. They obviously changed it, but they had the triumph for the title that was like kill the Ruffians in the whatever it was called, expedition, the unstoppable champions in the expedition thing. Kill the Ruffians. You had to kill like 100 or 250 Ruffians or whatever it was, like yeah, the 50. It was yeah, so it was 50 for the title. They had a triumph that was more, but 50 for the title. It was the fact that like that's gonna be my example every time because it made me so angry to think about, like the fact that nobody at Bungie thought about this. Like during the development cycle, nobody thought about the fact that the Ruffians, which spawn after like 2.5 to 3 minutes of you depositing stuff, which you never got to because people were just it wasn't that people were too good at the game. It was literally just you kill things, you pick up stuff, and you throw it at the cart. It's not a very hard task. So naturally, people would do it semi-quickly. And so people who just needed to complete an expedition for, like, let's say their weekly pinnacle, or powerful, or just to level up a gun or something, well, they did it kind of quickly, and they didn't care about Ruffians. Because they either already had it done or they weren't going for the title. So those random people in there would just speed through the thing, and you never got your Ruffian kills. And it's like, dude, how can you have set something up that completely pins players against each other again? It's not the first time they've done it either. They've done it before with other things. But you completely pin the player base against itself when you have all these different ways to play the game, and it's like there's so many different players that play the game differently. I don't know. It was just the spawns were bad. They never spawned on time. Half of them they despawned when you completed the thing, so even if you got it to spawn, they would just despawn anyway. I don't know. It was just not a great design. Yo, Dirtle, what's going on, dude? I appreciate the raid, my guy. We are okay, dude. You saw that Wither Horse shot go right through his legs. It happened again. We are neck deep right now in a little solo flawless attempt that I've been putting off for a long time. I've already choked once. Don't you worry. You can't jinx me. I've already jinxed myself, my friend. What's going on, dude? I hope you've been having a good night. What did you get up to in this wonderful? Did you play Destiny again, or I think you were playing what was that game called? You're playing some other game. I forget what the name was. I've never seen it before. Slay the Spire. That's what it was called. I don't even know what that game is. I've heard the name. I don't even know what is that game about. I've heard the name, but I don't think I've ever seen gameplay of it or something. It's a roguelike deck building game. Ah, okay. Yeah, I've heard a couple people talk about it, and they say, you know, it's all right. I've never been a huge fan of the whole like sim games, or well, it's not really a sim game. I don't know. I've never gotten into many roguelikes, so I guess I won't know until I try one that I like. But I've heard some people say they really like it, so that's really cool, dude. I appreciate the raid, homie. Very fun if you like deck builders. I've never played. I think maybe I played like once or one or twice. I don't know. It's never been my thing, but maybe I just haven't had the right group of people to teach me how to properly play them. I don't know. There's like 60% off Steam sales are comped. Oh, that's right. The whole winter sale is still going on. That's true. Gonna lurk while I get some foodage, dude. Have a good time. Hope you enjoy the foods, man. I appreciate you again. Go get you some grub. Oh no. It almost happened again. I almost got really greedy. What was that? Oh, my hammer exploded and killed something. Dude, oh, easy. Easy, chill out. I don't know why he didn't explode. Heal down, boy. Easy, bud. I don't know what caused him to not explode there, but that was... I should have been dead. Oh, I was about to go... Get me out of here. Thanks, shot. I'm not even gonna risk going the same way as where he's coming up. See, like, why isn't the boss man over here? Like, what is he doing? Just chilling in a minute right now. Yo, what's up, lady? What's going on? How are we doing? They're both on the right side. I'm going to... Oh, I already got this heavy. What are you doing? Not a bad linear phase. I think I got two full mags worth in. Oh, hi Hammy. There goes him. Well, there goes that. Oh goodness, what the hell is happening? Oh no. Too much pressure. What is going on? Jess, what the hell are you doing? Oh, dude, there's so many eyes, so much pressure. I'm gonna die. What's going on, you guys? What's up, Orca? Did you say, Mr. Sombrero? I don't like it. I don't like it. Too much pressure. Close your eyes. Do not perceive. Do not look at all my mistakes. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate it. You better deliver. We'll all be very disappointed. Understood. Well, now, you know what, dude? Now I'm gonna take my sweet old time. I'm not gonna make any mistakes. I am taking sweet old time.
Excuse
Am I feeling better? No, I'm still pretty
What
sick. I'm still
just
pretty congested.
happened?
Orca, what are you? Stop, Orca, stop that. No. Stop it. Wrong. Bad. Don't make me get the spray bottle.
Excuse me? What
No more.
just happened? Excuse me?
Just simply uncongest yourself. Yeah. I'll just I mean honestly, that's what I would love to do that. I would love to just have a big old
Excuse
just
me?
pour out the mucus
What
all from my
just
system.
happened?
Get it away. Get it out of here. I don't need it anymore.
Excuse me?
Orca,
What
you
just
are
happened?
way too kind, my friend. Thank you very much, my guy. Orca is the best. 100 emoji, no cap, no kizzy. For real, for real. Orca doobity goat. I'm trying to get into the other room, but Mr. Chicken Band is having a very fun time preventing me and standing at both doors at the same time. And also all these supplicants spawning make me very nervous. Because I'm not going to die to a supplicant ever again. I refuse. No more supplicant deaths for me. I'm assuming you guys played some Iron Banner, huh? Because it came out today. How was Iron Banner? I haven't what you call it? I haven't played the new mode yet. Is it decent? Is it fun? Is it meh? Are people already complaining about it? I see, Mr. Chicken Man. Not gonna get the drop on me. No siree. I got 40 seconds left. I'm good. Gamba he dies to a supplicant, go right ahead. Be my guest. It ain't gonna happen. Fun with friends, but I definitely feel it'll be ass on the weekend. Nah, it's fair. The mode itself, you think is eh. Played like 6 games, had minimum 6 DMTs each game. Ugh, gross. Think you got lucky because you didn't have as many DMTs? That's interesting. I feel like it's really 50-50. Huge O damage. That was a pretty good damage phase. I heard the mode is pretty much just control with like an extra zone that like the Cabal drop pod drops in recently. So it's just zone control with a random zone that pops up with like turrets and stuff. So everybody's like, yeah, it's just zone control. I was like, oh, okay. Worth trying, nothing too wild to talk about. 100% that? Okay. That's what I figured. I saw some clips and I was like, the only difference from zone control seems to be the whole like Cabal drop pod with the zone that's special for like 10, 15 seconds. Which I mean I guess is a little novelty thing, like, oh, you know, funny, like little novelty thing, that's cool. But I don't think I don't think it's anything to write home about. Armor is worth. I did see that. I think that's why I'm going to play it a little bit. Because obviously the Titan helmets from back in the day with the little ploof, little hair ploof, is very, I think, a very cool style, and so I want it. So I'm gonna go get that, and then that's probably it. I'm probably gonna play until I get the helmet and then not play anymore. If you thought Rift with Bubble Well Witherhoard was heavy, this is worse. This is worse than Rift with Bubble, isn't it? Oh my goodness. That is not exciting. That does not make me want to play at all. Forgot there's new, old... Yeah, there's new, very air quotes, new armor. As if you're going to take the cowboy hat off. Listen, the only time I've taken the cowboy hat off so far is to put on the cheesy Titan helmet. I've literally got PvP cowboy helmet, PvE cowboy helmet. I've got two of them for both of my sets. I'm prepared. I can be cowboy no matter where I'm at in the universe. Nope. Hammy. Yeehaw, partner. Yeah, just go take care of yourself. Y'all have a good night. I appreciate you dropping everybody off to come watch me suffer and prey on my downfall. It really means a lot that everybody here is wishing on my death. I appreciate you guys. I've got 40 seconds. I'm all good. No, Witherhoard. Alright, maybe one more. Maybe one more damage phase. There's no way I mess this up, right? There's no way I fuck it up, right? There's just no way. I can't even jinx myself if I wanted to. If I die because I said that, I'm gonna scream. If I die to some stupid mistake now, I'm gonna never forgive myself. I can't tell if you're being ironic. Yes, yes, I was. Or was I? Maybe we'll never know. Nope, get away. I am taking the long route. Taking the long way around. Chicken Man is in here. I have one little buddy right there. We got both of the long route ones. Let's fucking go! Oh, finally, dude. Oh my goodness.
This was a clever incision by the witness.
Too easy.
Multi-front attack. Sabotage us, glean knowledge.
Oh, oh. Here it is. Wait for the picture. Here's the picture. There she is. Solo flawless cowboy. Easy.